Hey, State Auditor John Dougal has a bone to pick. He says his office has been inundated with fake complaints stemming from Utah's new transgender bathroom law. And John Dougal joined us live to talk about it. Thanks so much for being here. Yeah. Okay, so walk me through what's going on. HB 257, that was the bill that became law in January. May 1st, your office launched an online complaint form, which was mandated by law.
Correct.
So people could send in complaints. But what happened after that?
So it turns out there's a lot of folks, not just in Utah, nationwide, and perhaps worldwide, that were concerned with this, and they're protesting it. So they're spamming us with all sorts of complaints. We've received over 10,000 fake complaints so far.
You've had 10,000 fake complaints over this law. And so,
not a single valid one.
Not a single valid one.
All bogus.
So what's it like in the office when the complaints roll in? You have to take a look at them and try to vet them, or how does that work?
Some are pretty easy to quickly determine. I mean, they're gibberish or they're a profanity-laced tirade. Some are, just, it's clear it's not a complaint. It's just they're complaining about the bill. It's a protest. Others look like they might be legitimate, but they're reporting the complaint is like my name. Clearly that's fake. Or it's a entity that has no physical facilities, which, right there, it's fake. So then you're down to a few hundred that look like they might be legitimate, and you got to parse through those.
I think you've also said that some people may misunderstand the law, and so the complaints are filed erroneously in that regard, right?
Yes. A lot of people think for some reason we're supposed to be spying on people in the bathrooms. They don't understand that our duty, as assigned by the legislature, is to look at governmental entities to see whether they have compliance plans and whether when they upgrade facilities, whether those upgrades meet statutory requirements, meaning single-use facilities or stalls that go, with walls and doors that are floor to ceiling, things like that. And so they're misunderstanding, thinking somehow we're caring about individuals and what they're doing in restrooms rather than looking at the facilities of governmental entities and what their plans are.
And that's the key. The law applies to governmental entities, so schools, government buildings, the state capitol.
Correct.
Not a private business, not a home, nothing like that.
Nothing like that, and not private individuals at all.
Right. And so your office was tasked with this job. You didn't ask to take it on. This isn't your bill. You're the auditor, right?
That's right.
So what could your staff be doing if they weren't tending to all of this?
Well, what my staff usually deals with is financial auditing. How governmental entities are using taxpayer money, where that money is going. This group usually deals with whistleblower tips. So if a government official is stealing money or misuse of public funds, that's usually what this team works on.
Yeah. So you normally would be going through the books, which you're still doing, but on top of all of that, you now have to look through these complaints that keep coming in, and all of them have been erroneous so far.
Bogus. Not just erroneous, but just
bogus, fake complaints. And I think you said publicly no auditor sets out to be the bathroom monitor.
That's
but
correct.
You feel that way right now.
Yeah, right now, especially with a lot of folks, even some legislators don't fully understand what the bill is.
Yeah.
And we had some that were upset thinking we were monitoring people. Yeah.
So what would you ask of the legislature? Would you ask them to rework this at all? Would you ask them to assign someone else the task of going through these? I mean, what do you think happens next?
Well, I think one of the key things is we need to step back and understand exactly what their intent is, because there's probably some better ways to go about whatever their intent is rather than this approach. If it's compliance with plans, there's more strategic ways to get that rather than a complaint-driven system. If you're concerned with facilities, probably some folks that have expertise in construction are better suited than financial auditors.
Let me ask you for a moment to take off the auditor's hat and put on the campaign hat. You're running for Congress in House District 3. Today, though, Romney endorsed Stuart Pay, who you're competing against in the primary
Stuart's
here.
a good friend.
So what did you make of Romney's endorsement there? And was that something maybe you were courting here?
No, I understood, Stuart's family. So, that's going to be a close endorsement. So I anticipated it would go to Stuart.
Sure. How's the campaign so far?
Just plugging away, talking about fiscal responsibility, trying to bring fiscal sanity to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, well, your tagline, Frugal Dougal, it's on the campaign signs?
My dad was Frugal Dougal before I was even born. It's been in my family my whole life. Sometimes my wife just calls me cheap.
I think that's funny. Mine too. That's okay, right? That's all right. State Auditor John Dougal, I appreciate your time today. Thanks for talking to us about this issue, and good luck with everything.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Pleasure to meet you.